This workflow is for creating and emptying drill pipe in Oil Country OS alongside full inventory management and real-time movement. To accomplish this, we must utilize the work order to keep track of all of our transfers and to attain one complete report for the inspection. To begin, we're going to receive the inventory with the standard receive process. I'm going to click on the receive button in the home screen. I'm going to populate my origin and destination information. And the most crucial step to this process is to ensure that create a sales order checkbox here on the truck is marked before I add any inventory to the shipment. This ensures that a work order is already created based on the information I enter here, and that all movements for this inspection are kept track of in that work order. Once I have that checked, I can click Add Item, and I'm going to choose from master part number. And here I'm going to tell the system that I'd like to bring in some drill pipe, and we're going to use this 4-inch drill pipe. For this scenario, I'm going to bring in 10 joints at 31.5 average, and the rack, I'm going to bring it into my inbound rack in example yard 2. As you can see, the system created a job to hold these 10 joints, and it also assigned them a work order number. You can see that here in the internal order number field. Once I'm finished adding items to this truck, I can hit complete. And now we can take a look at that through the eyes of the inventory manager in Yard View. And here we can see that my inbound rack has some inventory on it. If I click that, we'll see my job 9072 down here at the bottom. This workflow also assumes that the inspection doesn't take place all at once, that the inspection facility can only really handle, say, 25 joints at a time, or something along those lines, and that we must inspect it accordingly. So to begin this process, I'm going to bin a part of this job into the inspection facility for inspection. I'm going to click and drag over, and I'm going to move by bulk. I'm going to transfer by joints, and I'm going to split it in half. I'm going to transfer 5 of those joints for inspection. The remaining 5 on inbound will be inspected after these leave the facility. Keep in mind, all of this is being done real time as the movement happens in the yard. Now we switch from the eyes of the inspection manager to those of the inspector. The inspection manager will notify them that the job in Oil Country OS has been moved to inspection facility. The inspector can come here to Yard View, click on the appropriate rack, and find that job. As we see, 9073 has my 5 joints for inspection. I can double click on that and then hit the inspect button in the screen that appears. This brings me to my inspection screen. All that's left for the inspector to do before he gets started is to populate the joints. In this case, we said we were doing 5, so I'm going to hit 5 and then the Add Joints button. As you can see, it populates my joints. And then when asked to reduce bulk by the joints entered, always opt for yes. I can start inspecting. For the sake of time, I won't show you the inspection process. I'll simply complete the inspection as if I had filled it out. Hit yes on there, and then close it. So the inspector's job is done. It switches back to the inspection, or to the yard manager. They can come into inspection facility, see that the status for job 9073, those 5 joints, is inspection complete. At this point, they can click and drag to a storage rack. And in this case, we're going to move the entire job. And then the process repeats itself. I come to my inbound rack, and I move the remaining 5 joints to the inspection facility. The inspector can come in here, double-click on the item, hit the inspect button, and repeat the process. Now, this process could happen over multiple days or months, depending on the size of the job. It really doesn't matter because, as we'll see in 1 second, all of the movement is being kept track of in the work order. Once I'm done filling out all my information as the inspector, I can hit complete. And we see the status turns from inspection to inspection complete. Again, the inventory manager notices the inspection complete status and moves the job to storage. Now, how do we get an inspection report? If we were going to follow the standard process, we would go to the job and print the inspection report, but that would only return 5 joints since we have it split across 2 different jobs. So in order to get one full inspection report, what we need to do is go to the work order. The easiest way to do so is to right-click on one of the line items that you're working with and open sales order. Now we see here that we have both those jobs automatically added since we started the process by checking the box in the truck screen. I can fill out any additional information, add services, print invoices, everything the same as the simple workflow, with the only added step that I need to perform is to click this button right next to the print button, this arrow, and use the print as combined inspection report option here. And what this does is it generates one report for both those jobs. We can see here total joints inspected 10. And we have our full inspection. Once we're done with this work order and we're getting ready to ship all our this inventory back to our customer or back to the well, we can also do so from this screen here. In the simple workflow, we simply completed everything since we weren't worried about bills of lading and shipping or anything like that. But in this case, we're going to use the Ship All button on the work order to load all of the items on this work order onto one truck or one outbound shipment. We can select the destination. We can see our 2 line items here. We can get our bill of lading from the truck for our customer. And once we're finished, we can do complete. Always opt to complete job tallies now. And if we refresh, we see that the line items are locked and the status is shipped. So we're no longer in possession of these 10 joints. We've shipped those off. And like the simple workflow, the last step is to hit the complete button on the work order. And we're done. Now we can use all of the in and out reports, all of the yard inventory reports and inventory history alongside the inspection report of these jobs.